1 million plastic water bottles are bought globally. Only about 9% of those water bottles that are bought are recycled. With more and more cities across the U.S. getting rid of their recycling programs due to people putting things that shouldn't be recycled in them and the rising cost of recycling, it's more important now than ever to know what can be recycled, what cannot be recycled, and what happens after you recycle. Let's begin with what can be recycled. Many things can be recycled, but you should always check with your local recycling plant with what they accept and how they accept it. To recycle in the city of Madison, they ask that all recyclables not be put into a plastic bag unless specified. They should just be put into the bin for recycling. These are the guidelines for the city of Madison. For paper recycling, some of the things they accept are clean and dry mail, magazines, paper bags, envelopes, phone books, gift wrap, egg cartons, and cardboard boxes. In order for cardboard boxes to be accepted, they must be flattened and cut down to a 3 foot by 3 foot size and bundled into a 6-inch in height or less and placed next to your collection cart. Pizza boxes may also be recycled as long as they are not contaminated by food or grease. If they are, you can just cut out the part that's contaminated and still recycle the rest. Shredded paper can also be recycled if it's in a clear plastic bag and that bag does not exceed the size of a basketball. For plastic recycling, they accept the following if it's rinsed, clean, and dry. Bottles with the caps and lids on, jugs and jars with their caps and lids on, berry containers, mushroom trays, and yogurt containers. The plastic containers and bottles must be labeled with a number 1 through 7. Plastic cups can go into recycling as long as they're numbered with a 1, 2, or 5. Some plastic bags, such as retail and grocery bags, newspaper delivery bags, bags numbered with a 2 or 4, and water bottle case wrappers can be recycled. Plastic bags can be recycled, but they must be put inside of another bag, and then that bag also must not exceed the size of a basketball. Single or loose plastic bags can tangle up the machines at the recycling plants. Some retailers will also take back their plastic bags like Walmart, Woodman's, and Kopp's. As far as metal recycling, aluminum, tin, and steel cans can be recycled along with aluminum foil if it's balled up into the size of a baseball. Aerosol cans, paint cans, if cleaned out, foil pans, pots, pans, and can all be recycled. And for glass, just jars and bottles with no lids or caps on can be recycled as long as they're clean and empty. Small metal appliances such as toasters and coffee makers can also be recycled as long as the glass parts are thrown away in the trash. Metal bottle caps can be recycled if they're placed into a larger metal container and the can is crimped close so that the caps don't fall out. Now that we know what we can recycle, let's break it down into what cannot be recycled. While it sounds like everything can be recycled, that's not the case. Here's what the City of Madison does not accept for recycling. Paper products that will not be accepted include paper products that are soiled or wet, and they don't take diapers, photographs, tissue paper, or foil wrapping paper. Plastics that are not rinsed and cleaned will not be accepted, along with hoses, bubble wrap, cling wrap, motor oil bottles, and styrofoam. Food containers that are stained will also not be accepted, and plastic bags that are dark green and or black cannot be recycled even if they're within other bags. Glass items that are not accepted include windows, mirrors, vision glasses, dishes, bowls, drinking glasses, fluorescent light bulbs, LED or incandescent light bulbs, although light bulbs may be recycled when taken to the proper place. Finally, now you know what to recycle and you've put it in your recycling bin to be collected, but what happens once it's collected? Once it's collected, it all gets taken to the recycling plant where it goes through a multi-layered processing. The process begins by getting dumped onto a conveyor belt where it all starts with a pre-sorting station, where employees start by picking out recyclable metal objects, bags of shredded paper, and individual plastic bags. They also take out things that aren't recyclable like I mentioned above. Next, the materials go up another conveyor and goes through the corrugated cardboard screen. Just like it sounds, cardboard here gets taken out. As the material falls through the screening discs, they hit a hard surface that then breaks the glass objects that gets filtered out. Next, the materials move onto the newspaper screen that allows the newspaper to continue up the conveyor into its sorted area while other objects fall down and onto the next screen. The third and final screen is the polishing screen. Here, the last bits of paper get sorted out while the rest of the materials move on. The remaining materials go through 2 different types of magnets, one that filters out tin and steel cans and another that filters out aluminum. Finally, the only thing that should be left are plastics number 1 through 7 and trash that will be thrown away in the end. Here, a robotic arm using artificial intelligence begins taking out number 2 plastics. Next, an optical sorter uses a ray of light to determine the different types of plastic and sorts them into the respective numbers. One last quality control station uses another robotic arm to grab any remaining recyclables that may have made it past their sorting area, while the rest moves on and goes to the dump. After everything is sorted, it's baled and then sold to companies who then can buy it and turn it into new objects of that material. Within the last 5 minutes of this speech, there was 5 million plastic water bottles sold globally. With the knowledge of what you have of how to recycle, what not to recycle, and what to recycle, get out there and recycle.